Hypertrollic.
Just when you thought that everything is settling down, Microsoft bought Zenimax. That means they also got Bethesda, which means they got Doom, they got Wolfenstein, they got Fallout, they got Prey, they got Starfield, they got The Evil Within, they got Dishonored, and they got the Elder Scrolls. What does that mean? Microsoft can pull the plug from PlayStation and tell them, dudes, those are going to be exclusives. Although Microsoft said that they're going to look at the exclusivities on the games on a case by case, that doesn't mean that you should be alright with it. Maybe you shouldn't be super happy as an Xbox fan, and probably you shouldn't be super sad as a PlayStation fan. I'm a PC fan myself. So, you don't know what's going to happen. What we do know is that Ghostwire and, Deathloop are going to be for 1 year exclusive on PlayStation 5, and Microsoft is going to honor the deal like they told everyone. Now, going forward, what does that mean? It means that anytime they wish, Microsoft can pull the plug on some games from the PlayStation and be like, we don't care now, man. It's now Xbox exclusives, because some of these games might sell a lot to both consoles, but Microsoft is going to need games that are selling the console. Big titles. And I believe Doom is going to be one of these titles. I don't know, I think that the Xbox has the FPS. I think that the Xbox are hunting to rule the FPS genre on the console, making Doom exclusive on the Xbox and, of course, the PC community, because we don't care about the rest of you. And Doom rules. So, what's happening now? I mean, come on, man. Everything is going crazy. Just in the last second, just when the PlayStation trolls were saying that, oh, it doesn't have games. Dude, you have to realize the Xbox has a better backwards compatibility reaching to the original Xbox, while the PlayStation 5 only reaches to 99% of the PlayStation 4 games. That's a big, big pool of games from the Xbox X series, XS. And there's also the fact that EA Play is going with the Xbox Game Pass, It's looking like the Xbox is trying to take over the sports genre, the EA sports genre. I don't know if that is a good or a bad thing, but EA already is monopolizing most of the sports games. And yes, they are full of loot boxes and shit, but yeah, it's happening. It's happening. All the sports fans that play games of their favorite sport are going to follow. Everyone's gonna go and follow Xbox because they're gonna have their favorite games on that console. If that happens, it's not that they're going to be exclusives, but they are going to be free. Yes, you heard that again. EA is going to make many of their titles free with the EA Play on the Xbox Pass, on the Xbox Game Pass. And that's a big deal. We all know how much EA loves to make money. And one last thing, if you think that the Xbox is going away after this generation, you're fooling yourself. All these moves that have been done by Bill Gates and Microsoft and for the Xbox are not just made for a last hurrah. They are investments for the future of the Xbox. They play now hard, and the next generation they're going to play even harder. The last generation, the previous generation, taught them a very big lesson. They showed us that they're not gonna back down. They are coming back, and they're gonna remain on this scene for a very long time. Because as you know, there is only PlayStation and there is only Nintendo. And if Microsoft pulls away, that is going to leave two players in the game. You can be damn sure that Microsoft is not going to gift away the entire pie of the console industry just because you don't like Xbox, or because you have bad thoughts about it, or because you think that the PlayStation is gonna do a little better. Previous era was most failed era for the Xbox. They didn't go away. They came back hard. They came back on the same level as PlayStation. Everything is AMD in the consoles. Everything is almost exactly the same, but only a few differences. And the biggest difference, the biggest words, the biggest rumor that was going around is that the Xbox didn't have games. Now that just changed. The thing is, I like both consoles. Alright? Each one has its own merits. It's not about the power anymore, because we can see that they're practically the same. It's not like one offers AMD, one offers Nvidia. They both give us the same graphics. They both are doing the 4K thing now. Alright? At some point, right now, PlayStation has the VR thing, which is quite interesting, while the Xbox has the Kinect, which I think it's kind of dead. We all kind of know that the Kinect went and died a little. But maybe they're gonna fix it. Maybe it's a prelude, something to build upon. Can you imagine one day maybe the Xbox creates a nice VR headset and also makes the Kinect its device, its preferable device for movement and everything? That is going to be a nice combo. If it works, it's going to be pretty good, pretty awesome, and pretty innovative, right? I don't know. I have no idea. If this is the era where we're seeing everything happen. The bad thing, the unfortunate thing, is that everything happens so very, very slowly. That is what I don't like. We have so many games to see. We have so many games to play. We are going to have so many games to play, but the technology is upgrading slowly. Maybe it's because the tech is actually that hard to accomplish, or maybe it's that they want to give us tech with a baby spoon, just because they have to make extreme money with every upgrade, every little upgrade. That's a whole other subject that I'm gonna make a video about. I'm telling you, both consoles are strong. Both consoles are going to have great games. And now we are watching Microsoft pulling up the biggest guns they got to tell you that, dudes, we are going to have exclusives. We are going to have games. We are going to please you, the gamer. We don't care. We want you, the gamer. They want a guy who has video games in their blood. Alright? You should just chill out. It's not something to... You shouldn't hate each other just because of a different console. You shouldn't get angry with someone because they like a different, or they play on a different platform than you. I mean, come on. The world is already torn in so many pieces because of the politics and everything right now. You don't have to do the same with the consoles. It's very annoying. We are gamers. We have preferred platforms, sure, but to be honest, all of us, if we had the money, we probably would buy everything. Everything. And make sure when you buy the new consoles, the new generation, you should also have a great 4K TV. I mean, that's another piece of tech you need to accomplish the great graphics that are going to make your eyes puke rainbows. And that's the whole thing, all right? That's everything. We want to play fantasy and see those glorious graphics right in our face, coming out of the screen, man. We want to see the great explosions coming out in the... We want to see great explosions hitting our faces. We want the great sound. We want everything. We are greedy. We want it all. Just one is not enough. And it shouldn't be like just one ever. Because if that happens, there will be no competition. And without competition, then you're going to have PlayStation doing whatever they want, or Nintendo, or the Xbox, or whoever. And nobody can say no, because they're gonna be like, oh, make your own damn console. After they have destroyed everything, every opponent that got in their way. and they are too big to fail. And we see it on other franchises right now as well. But you should be more pragmatic. Right now, the PlayStation 5 wants to make video games $10 more, right? The whole gaming industry is begging for that for a long time. And with the new generation, it's a big chance to do it. While PlayStation does it, the Xbox will not do it. At least nothing is announced. There is no information about it from the Xbox. And they seem to be giving games away now. All you need to have is Xbox Game Pass. And now we're seeing all this Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. Maybe, just maybe, the Xbox and Microsoft are watching the future of gaming being a subscription service, just like streaming. Maybe the future of gaming will be subscription services. Maybe this is why the Xbox is doing all this right now and is doing all these deals to get all these big players of the gaming industry under their wing in their platform. And that is going to be a very big deal if the PlayStation has no plans about it and they are too afraid and they can't do anything about it, because that's the way it seems. I don't know if Sony has the budget to buy a big company. While Microsoft can buy a couple more, I don't think Sony can do that. Konami is just not going to sell itself anytime soon to anyone, to any PlayStation, to any Xbox. They are a lonely samurai, and every Japanese gaming company is just like that. They are a house of games. They are a franchise. They are a house of samurais or whatever. They are just like clans, and you can't just buy out a clan like that. You can cooperate, but you can't buy them out so easily. And it's going to be very hard for Sony to come back with this, not because they are going to have less exclusives. When the time comes, the PlayStation on the internet will not be able to give so many games, while at this time, at this point, the Xbox already has a very big online library. If you are able to have access on all these games from the previous Xbox eras, while on the PlayStation you only have the PlayStation 4, that means that people will play anything that they want at any time. People will be able to buy old games because retro is cool. Trust me, retro is cool. It doesn't matter, at the end it doesn't really matter right now, but it will matter in the future. And that is exactly why the Xbox is not going away anytime soon. If Sony doesn't care for the future, when the time comes, it's gonna be too late. Thank you for watching. I'm Jim and you were watching Hypertrollic. Bill Gates will like this show and he will share it. And he will subscribe. Bill Gates is a subscriber. Don't sue me, bro. You should also subscribe because Bill Gates is a subscriber. Don't sue me, bro. Anyway, have a nice day. This was the great news of yesterday. Sorry it took so long to make a video about it. I really wanted to see how the PlayStation guys were going to take it, because of course the Xbox guys are gonna get super happy. But seeing all the bitterness from the PlayStation fans was a little weird. And that's a very kind way to say it. Stay cool. Stay a gamer. Don't let the big companies control you. You control them. Stay cool. And subscribe. Subscribe. Press the subscribe button. Press it.
Hypertrollic.